Hi. Just gonna make myself a sachet here. What's up, Remy? That would be what we call a selective simulation. A simulation selected especially for you. I say especially, not because it was a slip of the tongue, but because it also is the first sound you hear when somebody writes XD. Also a simulation. Within a simulation. Alright, well, you indeed. Thanks for dropping in. Hope things are well. I mean, I know you recently played every single Age of Empires campaign, which is a sign of extreme depression, so I hope you get better soon. Well, there's not really much content to play, so... Once Full Toilet rolls around, you may have some more content on your hands. My apologies. My, rather, condolences. Yeah. Well, that's why you were telling me about them. I was just reading. You weren't really telling me specifically. You were telling, like, just communicating your experience. And I can't imagine even, like, it seems like it's the same level of nonsense that I put up with in the custom campaigns for Brood War, like Flame Knives little shit. And, like, I only do that because it's in a game that I can stomach. So, like, the insanity is the selling point. But in your case, it seems like it was more... It was exceptionally tismic. Yeah, I think that's actually a point against the game, though, that there's... I mean, there's a lot more to do in Starcraft than you might be thinking. For one. Like, it's a game that's notorious for having a lot of shit to do. But... at least everything that you're doing in that game is reinforced by the core mechanics. Where in Age of Empires, it seems more like they split up a lot of the mechanics into different things. Because, like, you have to keep track of, I would say, like, a similar amount of shit in the game compared to StarCraft, I guess. But you... Like, you're basically, you have more tasks. If you imagine something like mining resources, that's a task, right? You have way more tasks in Age of Empires than you have in StarCraft. The tasks in StarCraft are mining resources, building structures, training units, and attacking, scouting. Like, there's still a fair number, but there's way more in Age of Empires. And so it's not the same thing as, like, having more ways to complete the same number of tasks because you have more pathways or more tech tree options or whatever. It's that you actually have fundamentally more tasks in general. And I don't think that's a point in favor of the game. I think it's actually a pretty big detriment. No, that's you're arguing the opposite of what I'm saying, and I don't know how you can. I'm not sure how you get to that conclusion from playing the games, because as we just established, there's a huge amount of shit to do in StarCraft, but it's all in service to those tasks. Whereas in Age of Empires, you have to do a lot of shit in service to a lot more shit. So, like, the skill cap for each individual task maybe is probably smaller in Age of Empires compared to StarCraft 2 or StarCraft 1, but in Age of Empires, you have more tasks to complete, and that's where the challenge, if you will, comes from. Vultures aren't really a task, though. Like, vultures are an example of something that you have to use in order to take map control and to attack. And to like attacking, which would also include harassing and frontal engagements. Attacking is a task, and map control is a task. And vultures can complete. There's like 3 or 4 different ways that they can accomplish that task, and using them well is a way to get into all of that stuff. That's like an example of one tool that can be used for multiple tasks. Whereas on the opposite end, I feel like Age of Empires has many different tools for each task instead of one tool that fits multiple purposes depending on playstyle. So actually, it's a pretty nice segue into like my main criticism of the franchise.
It is natural to die.
Like the case of the Vulture is, I have a unit that I can accomplish multiple tasks with, or I can perform multiple tasks with, depending on how I use it. Whereas the case of, I think it's the opposite problem, is as if every, like, instead of having a Vulture that could do, or one unit that could do all these different tasks, like the Vulture, you have one unit for each task. And so or one tool for each task. And so you've got to acquaint yourself with all those different tools. So it's more overhead, more rote memorization, and less flexibility. I mean, I may end up finding that this premise is not accurate when I play the games, but like in some cases in Age of Empires, it's actually, they go the opposite way, where they have like workers can harvest every different resource in the game. So by definition, like by this metric, SCVs can harvest minerals and gas, whereas like the worker can harvest food, gold, wood, and whatever else is in there. Like they can harvest every resource. Okay, stone. So like in that sense, but technically you have a task, like you have one tool that does 4 tasks instead of 2, and when it comes to resource harvesting. But it's very rare, I feel like, in Age of Empires to have units that are flexible like that. Like they seem to all fulfill one role. Well, don't start a conversation you don't want to finish. Yeah, well, I'm not going to want to finish it later. I'm going to bed after my stream pretty much, so. What's up, Dia? I'm mostly talking out of my ass anyway at this point. I mean, I'm not really, but it's my information pool that I'm drawing upon is based on secondhand shit, basically, as opposed to first-hand experience. So, I can only tell you my, what the fuck? Oh, I see what happened. I can only really tell you about this stuff based on what I've experienced, like, what I've seen from other people, like, videos and shit I've learned through osmosis. So we're doing a rather late mod stream today because I woke up late, and it was one of those days where I can't, like, I actually woke up at 9. Any other day I would have just streamed at like 9:30, but today I had to be at work at 12, so the idea was actually to stream at 7:30 in the morning and go until about 11:30, and that would have been a decent amount of time, but that would have been a 4-hour stream, and then I could have gotten ready for work and left, but I woke up super late, and then I had a headache and everything, so at that point I was just like, fuck it, I'll stream after, and so here I am. Some dogs making noise. Not sure what I'm gonna do to get a better result for the outpost round. Oh yeah, you sent me an image of it earlier. So I actually think that in your image it seems okay. I guess the biggest concern I have is that pillar thing that you have there. To me, looks like maybe you need some shading or something that, while it wouldn't make any sense in the actual... I don't know, you need something to soften the impact of that, because it feels like it's... The depth seems out for now. But I'm also looking at a... I don't know if this is a source image or what, but... it looks like you snipped this with a snipping tool or something. So I don't actually know if this is the same definition or at the same same zoom level that I'll be looking at in game. That's pretty much the only thing that looks off to me at a cursory glance. What's up, Nanim Chin? I'm actually working on my Mapcrap submission. I was just chatting with DF about some stuff related to some custom terrain. He's done a lot of that for his project, for this particular map. Like these ice tiles here that he reconstructed from the beta. He's a pretty cool guy. He also did this ramp. Looks way better than the shitty ones that Blizzard threw in. Glad about that. Pretty neat. After this, though, in early March, I'll be working on my Hydra project. And I'll update my latest Nemesis map, Stormborn. And then after that, I'll work on Inconsummate's update, remake for that project. So pretty soon I'll be working on all those on stream instead of this. I've been working on this all month, pretty much. So it'd be nice to get a change of pace going. Which reminds me, I should probably figure out what I actually need to do here. I have to write the lines for the Jetman. And the remaining lines for the script. And then I have to maybe make some custom sound effects for the attacks that we see here. I don't think I'll be able to make Rexon actually operational, unfortunately. So that's pretty sad, but whatever. He'll just have to spin. Oh, I see what you're saying, DF. Too wide on the south. I feel like it's going to be pretty similar. I mean, I redid all the pathfinding for the southern ramp. So if we look at it like this, I guess this probably is a little bit thinner than the pathfinding that's going to be there on the south. Well, the north-facing ramp, the top end, the top right end or whatever. Or are you talking about where it meets the outpost? Where it meets the dirt, I think, is within range. I'm not worried about like an asymmetry when it comes to the terrain, like the pathing or whatever. I think testing will tell if that needs to be addressed. I guess in a world where we're trying to make, in theory, like mirrored maps, and we're trying to have ramps that are actually functionally identical in every direction. Like, yeah, we would worry about something like that, but it's not that important for here. And I don't think it's even possible in Brood War, because there's already so much asymmetry that's built into the way that the tiles work because of the angle that they were rendered at. So I think the physicality of it is fine. There is a little bit more room where it meets the outpost than on the opposite end, but it's not that much. I think it's definitely within an acceptable range of error, a margin of error. I see what you're saying. Yeah, for sure that seems like that might be why they did that. Whereas I don't care about the number of tiles either. So if you decide to rework it so that it doesn't fit in the same thing, you can do however you like. I mean, obviously if it doesn't fit with a outpost wall, that'll be a problem. But if it is weird with dirt, I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. How long did the Inconsummate campaign took to make? So it took... I started it in March of 2017, and I finished it by the end of June. The remake will probably take longer than that, because I'm going to be taking a lot more time with each map, but... the fuck? There we go. Yeah, the remake will probably take longer than that. I'm going to be... just my workflow, even though I've become very efficient at making maps. Like, it usually takes me about 2 weeks to make a functional map with first draft AI and all that. And there's only going to be 7 maps in the remake. So, obviously, that in theory, that would take you 14 weeks, which is about 3.5 months. Which would still be within March to July or something like that. Like, it would still be within it, but I still have to polish it, and I have to do voice acting and script writing and testing, and... So I'm expecting it to take, like, minimum, it would probably take, like, 5-6 months. And I am going to be starting it in March, funnily enough. It's actually going to be started on the 2 years after I started the first one, I'm going to be starting the remake. So, or 3 years, I guess. So it's kind of funny. One thing I am kind of happy about is how many custom tiles we have now in the jungle tile set. What I think I'll probably end up doing is, especially since in a project that DF and I are working on together where we have a bunch of new custom jungle stuff, to basically make jungle a completely new tile set as opposed to sharing some stuff with Badlands. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll actually have some... I'll be using that as the basis for the tile set in Consummate, and then we'll have some areas that, like maybe some areas of the campaign will use some of the older cliffs. But I'm really excited about that because anyway, even if we don't end up using any of the old stuff and we use all new stuff instead, it will still feel different. Even though every single map is a jungle map, it'll still feel different enough, I think. So I'm looking really looking forward to that stuff. I'm also hoping we can do some crazy custom stuff for the interior areas, like inside temples and stuff. I want to have some temple areas that feel like instead of just using ruins as the base tile or something, I want a different kind of man-made tile, I guess, that also blends with temple and is buildable. So that, like, ruins is unbuildable. And that's fine, but I want another kind of tile that doesn't look quite like ruins. It looks more like fabricated tile that you can build on top of. Sort of like a Protoss version of asphalt, I guess, would be a good corollary. I want to have something like that. I think that'll be really nice. So yeah, I'm actually really excited to work out in Consummate again after so long. It's going to be nice. Very exciting. But right now I'm trying to stay focused on making this map as silly and goofy as it can be. And so far, we are very successful. In that endeavor. So let's take a look. Write some lines. Now there's an idea. What else do we got here? Woof. I'll give them +1 armor. We'll see how they get on. Because what I'm thinking now is... I just had the idea that these guys are going to be flying, like, just jetpack Ahmeds, basically. Woof. It is my dog. How did you know?
What's up? All right, I'm going. Yep, I'm going. Don't sweat. I'm going. All right, I'm going. All right. Yep, all right.
Where we
What's
headed?
up? Order scouting? Roger that. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Roger that. Affirmative. Roger that.
Oh.
Affirmative.
Oh.
Orders received. Roger that. Orders received. How y'all doing? All right. Yep. All right. I'm going. All right. I'm going. Yep.
That's
All
my
right.
dog. What do you
I'm going.
mean? What?
Yep.
What is?
No sweat.
What would be up?
All right. No sweat. Yep. All right. I'm going. Yep. I'm going. No sweat. All right. No sweat.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Charlie. Well, that was a quick test. Anyway, I think that's a funnier unit. A jetpack that roasts them. External source. Hey, man. Dumb enough. I'm glad it was in a folder called "cucked" in all capital letters. That's just fantastic. Yeah, it's clones that are clowns. It's really clownies. I don't know how I'm gonna say it. It's pretty good.
I have taken your friend to use in my campaign that is 100% original and not a parodized. I am not retard. Goodbye.
Parodiced, by the way.
I am not retard. Goodbye.
What?
paradised.
How does he not know how to say dist?
Diced. Distributed.
Can't believe I have to put all this shit together.
Paradised. Dist. Dist. Paradist. Paradist.
Yeah, I did parrot.
Distributed. I am dice. Paradise.
I mean, it's almost funnier when he's fucking it up, but
And not a paradist.
I just can't abide by that.
I have taken your friends to use in my campaign that is 100% original and not a parodist. I am not retard. Goodbye.
Excellent. And we have our very first briefing line. I still can't believe he wrote in my chat, I am not retard. What did he think was going to happen? Raw flesh. I was just talking to him and he said, I am not retard. I just... At that point, it was over. I do like the note here that says "Scream of Frosting." You Vader. I gotta listen to that one again. Where is it?
You can't beat me. I'm not you.
You, Vader?
An appropriate response. Why? Why is that a real thing? Look at these fucking... Is it you? There's you, and then there's you. I've got some pretty good file names, and then UEDU.
You.
Oh yeah, that one's... The funniest thing about that is it's just that file is just Jay Barino saying "kill yourself." I don't know why I named... It's because he's reading a line from Vorgaz. But I don't know where the bombing lard thing came from. I don't remember where I made that connection. It's pretty good. Fleetweed. A fleet of weed. Dude, why was that guy a weed smoker? Raw public. I like that. It has to be clowny, trooper. Or it can be clone. Like, but then it's just clone. But it has to be clone. Smash some clonies. Clonies, yeah. I don't know. Fuck, man. That's gonna be a tough one to pronounce. Because, like, the best way to pronounce it would just be to say clone. Clown. Clone. There's no in between of those two. Clown go. Clownez. It's like excellent attempt to try to pronounce shit. It'll just look like I wrote the wrong. That's a good one. I like that. What if? They have to flip through the script real quick. Ahmed, it says clownies. Yeah, it's pronounced retards. Okay. You just hear sound effects of a script flipping around, like paper flipping over. Briefing's already kind of long, but I can probably... There you go. That is psychotic. Biotron. Zorbotron. I still can't believe Zorbotron. That's Chox's account on Mapster. So I always prank him about it. Biosoytron. Soytron. Arphaeus. Beetletron. Soy energies. It's probably something you guys said during the energy stream. Living. Oh, god damn it, man. Why did I have to remember that? I still can't believe that. And it just ends with some giant man. Dude, I'm gonna have a lot of fun like combining all of these sound effects. Hold on.
Mind if we tag along? What was that? Did you hear that? We gotta move. Did you hear that? What was that? Mind if we tag along? I look. Damn. Oh, man. Poor Johnny. Oh, man. How the hell are we gonna get by all them Zerglings? Hey, you. Get up. Oops. Thanks. Computer?
It must have been.
Lieutenant, hang tight. They've locked the door. We're in. Madak. Computer? Hey, boys. If we can get... Where's Stukov? Give me the damn access code.
Access code.
Give me the damn... Thanks. Give me the damn... Madak. Madak. Dak.
Easy enough.
Dak. Give me the damn... ooh. The security system's all out of whack. The security system... Hey, they must be the rescue... room secure, sir. Check that out. Look out! We're trapped in here, surrounded by... Let's go! Hey, they must be the rescue unit. Oh, man! Hey, man! Oops. Dak. Hey, man! Dak. Give me the, oops. 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 Oops.
It doesn't really say The P though.
Oops. Oops. Oop. The security rooms. Check that out. Look out. Check that out. They're trapped. Look out. We're trapped in here. Let's go.
He doesn't really ever say anything with a P.
What the hell? How did Zerg get in here? Sir, it looks like this corridor has been lined with defensive auto. Lieutenant, hang tight for a sec. They've locked the door. We're in. This Madak. Computer, locate Admiral Stukov. I hate computers. Oh, another computer. Says hit any key. Well, which one's the any key? Oh, another computer. Oops. 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 I hate computers.
Yeah, he doesn't really say it anywhere, unfortunately. I was trying to get him to say poops.
Oh, another computer. Says... It's them. Blast them. It's them. It's them. Oops. Oops. It's them. 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 Zerg, I don't believe this. Have we frag this commander? Have we it's them. It's them. It's them. Frag this commander. It's them.
Wait, where did I leave the other one? I had another one that was already completed, but I don't know what I did with it. I may have destroyed it. Or worse, I may have saved over it. Oh no.
Oops.
I actually need to grab that file again. Perfect.
Rockin', you want a piece of... Another computer. I hate computers. Madak. I hate computers. Madak. I hate computers. Dak. I hate Dak. I hate computers. Computers. I hate Dackers. I hate Dackers. I hate Dackers. Hey, man! Dak. Hey, man! Hey, man! Hey, man! Dak. I hate Dackers. Dak. Another. Hey, man! Dak.
Well, that was silly. But I think we got them all. Pretty great that I have actual content where he's just... I found a way to get Metzen to scream dick. I like that. So we got some of that done. I guess I'll go grab Alderis's stuff next. Alright, well actually I'm gonna BRB because I gotta use the bathroom and there's food ready, so BRB.
exact science. Organized noise. What the house? Single cell orchestra. LED sinister. Bass kids. Join the sharp. Sound X-ray orchestra. Science sinister. Bass kids. Join the sharp. And it sound X-ray orchestra. Fill eye with. Radio systems. Redfish. Radio, safety fish, John Laura, with what family, exact science, and contact. Robot music, drama, IDM, amateur, Mapcrap, set retention rate, towards destroy the Bay Area, take programs next week. FTC, our most we come to rock the house from us. Jealous noodles and friends, it's no thanks to Cyber, cause we like to like. So you put us under, timeline of liar.
Hi. I'm back. What's a song? Something good song? There is some really psychotic song playing right now. Maybe that's what you guys are talking, or what DF was talking. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I got no idea what is going on right now. Dude, it has only gotten more confusing. What's left of you is not much. Why is it destroying you? Slowly whittling away. I think the lyrics are somebody saying machine 4 times and then somebody else saying substitute for brains. So that's kind of fitting. What is wrong with this song? I actually feel like it's 2 different songs. Oh no, it is 1 song. Alright, next song. Because that was going to go on for another like 3 minutes, so I couldn't take that one. So I only have the victory dialogue to still write. That should be pretty straightforward. After that, I'll grab all the Alderas lines. All 4 of them. Oh yeah! What line? Wait, what? Oh. That was an infected mushroom song. I can't believe that's a real song.
Tassadar, Executor. By following Tassadar and attempting to rescue the Dark Templar, you have openly defied the will of the Conclave. Abandon this mad scheme now, and the Conclave may show you mercy. Executor, I have come to arrest you and bring you home. Who is this human? Amusing. If he is allowed to we Judicator are called to look beyond such matters. It is as I fear. Executor, Praetor, you must hold your position for as long as possible. Tassadar, where have you been? Entaro Adun, consorting with the Fallen Ones is heresy.
Should be a faction, just like the Doobie Hunters. We'll have the Bark Templar.
I will not be a... I expected you to attempt... What could you possibly... We shall see. Executor, you and the traitor Tassadar of the Templar. By your actions, you have severed yourself from the mercy of your brethren. You refused to destroy the Terran worlds as was commanded. You have questioned time and time again the sacred will of the Conclave, and you have abandoned your home world in its darkest hour. Most grievous of all is that you have allied yourself with the blasphemous Dark Ones, and learned to utilize their profane powers in tandem with our own. What say you, O fallen Templar? Tassadar of the Tassadar of the Templar. Tassadar. What say you? Fallen Templar. Fallen Templar. Tassadar. Tassadar. Fallen Templar.
I don't know how I was going to make him say Toddclave exactly.
Tassadar. Fallen Templar. Main powers. Dark Ones. Dark Ones. Dark Ones. Dark Ones. Dark One. Dark One. Dark One. Dark One. Dark One.
I just assume he says heresy at some point. I don't actually know.
Well, after my unfortunate defeat, my...
Executor, you and the traitor Tassadar are to cease your resistance and surrender yourselves to the judgment of the Conclave. We will take the outlaw Zeratul into custody and deal with him as is written by the Kala's law.
Aldaris, I submit my...
Tassadar of the Templar, by your act... Executor, you and the traitor Tassadar are to cease your resistance and surrender yourselves to the judgment of the Conclave. conclave. Judgment of the judgment of the we will take. Executor, you and the traitor and deal with him as is written by the Dark One. Fallen Templar. Conclave. Conclave.
What the fuck?
Conclave. 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 And deal with him. Conclave. 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 Conclave.
Not quite as great as I would have hoped.
Executor, you and the traitor Tassadar are to Conclave.
It'd be super easy if he said God anymore.
Executor, you and the traitor Tassadar are to cease your resistance and surrender yourselves to the judgment of the Conclave. We will take the outlaw Zeratul into custody and deal with him as is written by the Dark One. Guan. Conclave.
Executor. Outcast.
Teleportation field activated.
Ah, Tassadar, have you fallen so far? To think that you were our brightest hope, our most beloved son. Now you are everything that beloved son. Have you Clave. 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 Clave.
Seems okay.
Clave. One. Fallen Templar. Have you... Tassadar. Tassadar. Have you... Executor, you... Tassadar of the... of the Templar. Of the Clave. Tassadar. Fallen Templar of the Clave. 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 Tassadar. Fallen Templar of the Clave. Greetings, with all due respect, your people. You are right, of course. You are right, of course. You are right. You. With all due respect, Zeratul, the Protoss do not. Your people. We would be seen as tyrants to them. Why would they? We shall see. This is laughable. Do you truly expect a... But Matriarch, the Zerg who... This is laughable. Do you... You are right, of course. Right of... You are youth, of course. You are right. All right. You are youth, of course. You are youth, of course. Youth, of course. You are right. You, of course. You, of course. Youth. You are right, of course. Right. You are right of... You are youth. You are youth. Your youth, of course. Your youth, of course. Your youth, of course. Your youth, of course. Youth. Youth. Your youth, of course. Your youth, of course. Of course. Your youth. Your youth, of course. Your youth, of course.
Great.
Your youth, Tassadar. Ah, Tassadar. Executor, you and the we will take the outlaw Zeratul. Tassadar, most grievous of all is that you have allied yourself with the blasphemous Dark Ones. Dark Ones. Dark Ones. Dark Ones. Dark One. Dark One. She lies. She is infested to the core. I, for one, will not listen to any of this. Arrest. I have come to a... Who is this human, Tassadar? Ah, Tassadar. Executor, by following Tassadar, you were warned, Executor. The same cerebrates which you told us to destroy. Your advice was useless, for the creature was reincarnated.
Unfortunately, yes. Your attack on the Cerebrate failed because the energies that you wield are useless when used directly against the Overmind and its Cerebrates.
Executor, you and the traitor Tassadar are to cease your resistance and surrender. I will not be addressed so by one so devoid of the Kala's light. You and your vile brethren shall die with these traitors. Executor, Tassadar, this comes too late to you, but the Conclave has witnessed your defeat of the Cerebrate. It is as I feared. It was folly to believe Tassadar. Consorting with the Fallen Ones is heresy. Fallen Ones is heresy. 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 Dark One. Dark One. Dark One. Heresy. Dark One. Heresy. Executor, and all our hope, and
It's a pretty good one. I like that. All right, I'll be right back again. I need more water. Hi. Well, we have all of the Acidar lines. I think everything else needs to be recorded. Oh, I didn't write the victory line? I thought I did. I guess not. Hi. Bye.
Should be played at high volume.
Well, would you look at that? It's the man of the hour. Hello, Raw Flesh. Did you know you're in my map? And yeah, it's just I'm doing a late stream today. I had to go to work early.
Oh boy, pizza. 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 Oh boy, pizza.
Caw. How long did I make it? As in, how long did it take to make it? Or how long... How long is the campaign? It's 6 missions. So that's how long it is. It took me about 3 or 4 months, I think, to make it. Yeah, 3 to 4 months. The remake will take longer. That's for later. I think the map maker didn't understand a lot. Yeah, just playing it is enough evidence for that. But that's okay. So far, it's some of his best work, which is pretty sad because he made several campaigns that were pretty shite after the fact. Yeah, I guess it's some weird reference to anime. Right. That's what they all say. But we know the real anime. We know the real ones. Real anime is in Toddborn as an enemy faction. That's the real anime. Well, I think we're going to wrap this bad boy up pretty soon. It's another shorty. Been doing a fair bit of those lately, but I still got a CSGO video to record, and then I got to head to bed pretty soon after that. So glad that I was able to get some more decor done. Glad that I was most importantly able to get the dialogue script finished. The in-game unit responses finished as well. I was hoping to get some more sounds done. But alas. Alas. I prefer you, actually. Check that out. All right, so that pretty much sums everything up. We got some pretty dumb lines kit bash together. I like that. I'm looking forward to getting those in. honestly, this stream was kind of, you know, even though I did make some progress, obviously it's a shorter stream and it's at the end of my day, so I'm a little bit less focused than I ought to have been. But we'll be back to the regularly scheduled programming tomorrow, and we maintained the Modstream streak for whatever that's worth. It's been going on since early November, so I'm happy about that. Moving on, tomorrow I'll also be making a channel map and posting that, which will be the update for like the plans for next month. And I'll also be streaming the rest of the Alliance at some point, probably after Fraud Night or something like that. So, assuming I have the time to anyway. I may not, but I'll try to finish that, because if I can finish that, the gameplay of that, and maybe do the review even the same night if I'm really feeling industrious, that would be nice to finish up before the next month, even though it's kind of arbitrary, but we'll see what happens. And that is that. So, angry blushing emoji, zombie hand.